that taste, but you didn't added everything in the motherfucking refrigerator to make it taste like that, and it don't take all that. Stick to the basics, and you gonna get that old school peach cobbler that you looking for. Most people like a lot of motherfucking crust, and this bitch got a lot of motherfucking crust in it. So what's up? Anyway,
cue my motherfucking music.
Well, hello there, pumpers. How are you on today? What the fuck am I going to say? Yeah, you've just tuned into Robert DeMarco, Cooking Up in Pumps. If this is your first time, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking me out. If you are a diehard pumper who have been with me from the get-go, from the first video, from the Alfredo potato video, hello, boo. Hey, how you doing? I missed you. How y'all doing? Thank you all for tuning in. New, old, young, whatever. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, to this video. Let people know that there's this crazy motherfucker on YouTube who is cooking up in pumps. So, yeah. That's what we get ready to do today. So today, I'm holding a can of peaches in my hand because we making some peach cobbler today. Okay, my mouth just watered at me saying that. We making peach cobbler today, and I'm making homemade, old school ass motherfucking peach cobbler. This is not, I'm an analytical ass person, and so I be thinking like, I know back in the day, grandma, great grandma wasn't going to no motherfucking store buying no goddamn pie crust and shit like that to make no that's another video. No peach cobbler. They were using what the fuck they had in their cabinets to make these desserts that we so love today. So we're going to get into that, and I'm going to explain to you how I do mine and how it's the shit and all of that when we get there. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and put this down for a minute because I got to introduce my supporting cast. And y'all know who that is, right? I'm going to introduce all that other shit over here too. But anyway, hey, up in pumps. So anyway, supporting cast. You have those shoes that you can just sometimes just throw on, they are kind of go-to comfortable as, match certain stuff shoes that you can just put on, your go-to shoe. It ain't nothing all that motherfucking spectacular, but it gets the point, because when you step up on when you step up in a motherfucking place, bitches still be looking at your shits. So here we go. Let me introduce you to my supporting cast today. Here we have her. She's going to be helping me make this peach cobbler here. Her. Got the little ballerina box toe. So you can stand up on point like, Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get this. There I go, shaking the damn table again. Put this damn shoe on. We're going to go ahead and get this started, okay? Peach cobbler. Old school, homemade ass peach cobbler. Let's get it started. So let me introduce to you the shit. So I told you, you're going to get you some peaches. Sliced peaches preferably. Now if you were able to, or so lucky enough to have fresh peaches from a tree with that tart, and then you do that. But these will do just well too. Okay, because everybody don't have a peach tree in their yard. A little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon, of course some vanilla extract, and you're going to need some flour and some sugar. I'm going to tell you how much in a minute. You'll also need a little bit of brown sugar and some baking powder. Some butter, 1 whole stick, some milk, a 9x13 pan, or whatever pan you want to use, but this recipe fits a 9x13 pan. and another bowl so you can mix your crust or shortcake or bread or whatever you want to call it, but you need a bowl so you can mix that in. So this is a very, very easy recipe. It's straightforward. Don't need. It's not all that. You know, I always say, like when I talk about my macaroni and cheese and certain things, it don't take all of that. It really don't. We go places and we be looking for certain things to taste a certain way, like when we grew up and all that, and then we go home and start putting shit together and adding a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then you find something that be round about that taste, but you didn't add everything in the motherfucking refrigerator to make it taste like that, and it don't take all that. Stick to the basics, and you're gonna get that old school peach cobbler that you're looking for. Most people like a lot of motherfucking crust, and this bitch got a lot of motherfucking crust in it, so what's up? So, let's get started. Anyway, again, I'm gonna keep getting started. Put this butter. Take this stick of butter, the whole stick, and put it in this dish. Okay? Simple as that. There you have peach cobbler. Psych. Anyway, you put this dish with the butter in the oven. Let this shit melt. While that's doing its thing, it's best that you go ahead and start your peaches. So you go ahead and you open up your can. Now keep in mind, because you're going to go to the store and you're going to see peaches in light syrup, peaches in heavy syrup, peaches in natural juice, peaches in no juice, peaches in my ass. You want peaches in heavy syrup, because that syrup is what you're going to use as the base for your cobbler. Okay? So you're going to pour this whole thing, including the heavy syrup, in the bowl or in the pan. Go ahead and turn this on to a little bit more than medium heat, so a little like medium high heat or whatever. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring that to a good simmer once to get the seasonings that you get ready to put in there, or spices, to be able to meld together. So you got your peaches in there. You want to add a half a cup of white sugar, or pure cane white sugar. Add that half a cup of sugar to that. Like my music, my soundtrack. Hey, boo. Alright, so then, okay, a half a cup of brown sugar. So in essence, you're putting a whole cup of sugar in here. If you don't like brown sugar or don't have brown sugar, you can use a whole cup of white sugar. So you got about a half a cup of brown sugar. You ain't got to pack the shit and all that. Just make sure it's about a half cup in the cup. Go ahead and pour that in there. We'll rinse that out in a minute. Take your nutmeg. Now, let me tell you something. If you put too much nutmeg in this shit, it's going to be fucked. So you just take you a little bit of nutmeg, sprinkle that in there, just a little sprinkle. Just like that, to bring out the peach taste and the cinnamon. Just a little sprinkle. Okay? Now, if you a person that like nutmeg and like deep, dark shit tastes like that, you put as much as you want to in there, boo. Okay. The cinnamon, I don't like a lot of cinnamon either because it can overtake everything. So you just sprinkle that in there too. A little bit more than you're going to put about a half of a teaspoon to a teaspoon of cinnamon in there, for those of you who like to have measurements. Now, I'm not going to give you a measurement for the nutmeg because I don't put that much shit in there to even count nothing. But you put the cinnamon in there, about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, depending on your taste. Okay? Then I'm going to go ahead and add a capful or a teaspoon of the vanilla extract. And that's it to that. You're going to go ahead and stir that up. Make sure it gets all mixed in together. And at any point, like now, I'm going to go ahead and taste this to make sure it's to my liking so that I can add whatever I need to add to it. But typically, if you follow the recipe that I'm giving you, it's going to be alright. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, we're going to go ahead, got that mixed in, so I'm going to take the syrup out of here and just taste that. And bitch, that's peach cobbler. That is peach cobbler already. But okay. So, let that cook, let that come up to a simmer. Keep an eye on that. That's good. Now you're moving on to your next part. I told you this shit is real easy, okay? You're going to take your bowl, nice little handy dandy bowl, okay? You're going to take 3/4 cups of flour. I measured it out ahead of time, so I have to be, all that crazy shit. 3/4 cups of flour. And going to do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay? When we say teaspoon, you go ahead and even that out. You don't need to have a lot. Just 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay? Three-fourth cup of milk. Just regular milk. 3/4 cup of milk. And then we're going to put 3/4 cup of white sugar. Pour that on in there. Get you a spoon. And go ahead and mix that up. It's going to be the consistency of pancake batter. It don't have to be completely smooth, but you don't want no big ass chunks or nothing in there. Just mix that up, and then, like I said, it's going to be the consistency of pancake batter. This you don't have to taste because you know it's sugar, milk, flour, baking powder. Please don't forget the baking powder. Not baking soda, baking powder. Baking powder. So 3/4 cup of flour, 3/4 cup of milk, 3/4 cups of sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder. Mix that shit up. I'm gonna come back over here. Make sure you're getting them sides in that bottom. Okay, and that's that. Put that shit to the side. Come back over here. Check your peaches. Get that a little stir. You want to get them right to a point where it's right when it starts boiling, and then you done with that. And then check that. So your butter is melting into the bottom of the pan. You keep that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this go ahead and do what it do. And with a little bit of YouTube magic, I'll come back when the butter is melted and the peaches is just about ready, or when the peaches is ready to go in the motherfucking pan. Okay? So, our peaches got a little bubble on them. They boiling, not hard, but they boiling. So we can go ahead and turn those off. The butter is melted. So we go ahead and pull this on out. Set that on the stove. You hear that sizzle? Okay. So here it's all about to come together. So if you move your head, turn your head, you're going to miss something. You're going to miss something. So let's just look. So we got our melted butter here. We got our peaches there. We got our shortbread, shortcake, batter, dumpling, whatever you want to call it, is over here. What you going to do? Take your spoon, get this one last stir. Just to make sure nothing has happened to it, I said, but just give it one last stir. Into your butter, you're just going to take this and pour. Nothing special, just pour. Okay? Go ahead and get that out of there. All of that goodness. Then, you're going to take your peaches. Do the same thing. Do not stir nothing. Take these peaches, pour it in there. It's sizzling up. And that's fine. And leave it just like that. Don't don't stir, don't do nothing. Put that in the sink. Your oven is still on 350. If I didn't tell you that at the beginning, I'm sorry, but 350 is what the motherfucking oven's supposed to be on. Take this. Y'all want to look at it beforehand. Put this in the oven. For about 30 to 40 minutes or until it's golden brown on top. You'll know when it's done. Just keep checking it after about 25, 30 minutes. You check it, and if it's golden brown on top and it's done, take the bitch out. You don't have to worry about it. The thickening on the stove is going to be the same way that it was when you poured the can in there, but a little thicker. But it's going to thicken up as when it cooks. So you don't have to worry about, oh, it's too watery. Oh, I should put something to make this thick. No. When it's on the stove, just mix that shit up, bring it to a boil, regardless of anything. When it's done, put it in that thing, and it's going to, you know, I'm real passionate about this thing now. But it's going to boil up, and it's going to get real thick in the oven for you. So 30 to 40 minutes or until it's golden brown. I'll be back when it's done. Boo. Okay? What's wrong with my neck? It is done. We're going to go ahead and take it out of the oven. It smells, you can just imagine, it smells so good in here. I mean, your house going to smell like this when you make it. I mean, it's going to smell good. It's like it's going to smell real good. Okay? So here we go. Look at that. And I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's sizzling and bubbling and all that good stuff. I'm going to let this cool for about 5. Let it cool for about 5 or 10 minutes. And that's when you go ahead and you put that warm cobbler on a plate with some vanilla ice cream, homemade vanilla, French vanilla, or you know, whatever you like, vanilla. And it's gonna be good. But I'm gonna come back when it cool down. I just want y'all to see it when it came out the oven. Okay, so it's been cooling for about 7 minutes, give or take a few, whatever. So I'm ready to get into this. I'm gonna show you how we gonna do this. So I got me some Bluebell homemade vanilla ice cream that goes well with anything. Bluebell is, you know, baby. So we're gonna go ahead and get this out. Some Bluebell vanilla ice cream. Boom. Against my hand. And here you have it, ladies and gentle peoples. Homemade peach, all that right there that's a big piece of crust. Oh my God, look at that crust. And then the peaches are cooked perfectly. There go another, oh, and the crust right there. Oh, I can't, right there. It's just, this should be a sin. This should be against the fucking law. Oh my God. Look at that. That crust. This make me want to sing, baby. Seems like everywhere I go, I see you. Oh, this bitch make me want to sing like Beyonce. Goodbye, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.